Well, hey everybody, sorry I was meditating, so do me a favor, don't judge me. You know, I've got feelings too. So I want you guys to stay right there because I'm going to run the intro and then we're going to get right into the subject today. So what we're going to talk about today is the lovely house that was just a quick blip on the screen of Cadillac. And Cadillac came out and they have 5 fragrances in their catalog, and the first one was actually created back in 2008. And I'm gonna go out and kill my dog. The first one was created back in 2008 and the last one was released back in 2012. So it had a very short lifespan. But I will say, out of the 3 that I have, there's one that's made for a female. All right. Not really. So, back to what I was saying. Cadillac had a very brief blip in the fragrance market. They first came out with their first fragrance back in 2008, and their last offering was in 2012. They have 5 perfumes in their catalog, which are not expensive, but they are kind of increasingly hard to find. As we see in front of me, I have the 3 examples that we are going to talk about today. Now, I will say that I really enjoy these too much more than the last, but they are all not bad. The first one I want to talk about today is this gem right here, and this is Cadillac Coupe. And I gotta say that I absolutely really enjoy this fragrance. It is in the groups of aromatic. The main accords are fresh, spicy, balsamic, aromatic, woody, and citrus. Coupe was launched in 2012. The top notes are juniper berry, nutmeg, lime, bergamot. The mid notes are lavender, patchouli, and the base notes are musk, amber, tobacco, vanilla, Peru balsam, whatever that is. I have to say that I really enjoy the note of tobacco that's in this. This is definitely a winter, spring, and fall fragrance. I'm not sure if I'd want to wear this in the summer, but in the cooler weather, this stuff is just a joy. It doesn't come across like an extremely cheap fragrance. I will say that the cap to this is uber cheap. When you pick it up and feel it in your hand, it's plastic. It looks like it's metal, but it's not. But the overall presentation of the bottle, I feel, is really, really kind of classy. I like the lines. I definitely kind of get the feel that they were going after with the Cadillac Coupe, the 2-door kind of sporty thing. This definitely gives that air. And I get great projection. I get good longevity. You know, it's just for something that is not expensive. Because these right here are kind of set up for somebody that is new in the fragrance game. I'm pretty sure that a really seasoned nose, well, I can't say that. A seasoned nose may be a little bit more judgmental, but I really, really enjoy them. And this is probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite, out of the 3. Because it's warm, it smells rich, the tobacco in this is outstanding. The amber that backs it up makes for a nice little bit of sweetness in the background. I don't pick up a whole bunch of the citrus that they say that's in here. I do pick up the vanilla, which kind of adds to the whole warming kind of effect, and the sweetness. It's just outstanding for what it is. I found these 3 from an independent seller then when I was back in Arizona, and I picked them up for a song and a dance. Actually, it was just a dance. It was so cheap. It was super, super inexpensive. I just happened to find somebody that had some that just, and they were brand new in the box. I think I paid $10 a bottle, so I've got $30 here. I'm not sure if you can find them in the gray market, but if you do, they're definitely worth the pickup. I really, really like this one right here. And this one here is Cadillac Coupe. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be this wonderful little gem right here. And I gotta say, I do like the bottles. These bottles for these 2, I think I really enjoy. I wish that they were a little bit, had a bigger base, because if you look at them, they are narrow at the bottom, so they're a little bit tipsy, which is okay as long as you're careful when you're reaching in your collection to get them. But I think I like the aesthetics of the bottle. I don't like the fact that they're not a real stable bottle for when you're going to store your fragrances. And if we check out the atomizer, it's not too bad. It doesn't spray out an enormous amount of juice, but that's why we have a finger, and we can do this over and over and over. This one is in the groups of an aromatic, fruity, and the main accords are woody, warm, spicy, aromatic, fresh, spicy, and musk. And this is definitely more of a spring and a summer fragrance. Absolutely. Out of the three, I would say that this one is probably the least of my favorites. It's still not bad, but it's not the one that I go and reach for if I'm going to grab any of these guys right here. Cadillac Extreme was launched back in 2010, and the nose behind this fragrance is Andrea Winters. I think I said that correct. The top notes are citrus, spicy, sage, apple. Mid notes are tonka bean, jasmine, and pepper, and the base notes are amber, sequoia, patchouli, and musk. And in the heat, this works really well. It's just, out of all the stuff I have, I've got things that I like better, but this is still not bad. So if you are a young adult that's in college, or if you're working but don't have a ton of money to spend, this is a great pickup. If you can find it, and I would not suggest spend any more than 20 bucks for this. Any more than that, you're getting robbed. But for that, this smells all right. It's not offensive. It doesn't come across smelling super cheap or hyper synthetic. It just smells pretty darn good. And in the heat, it actually amplifies, I will have to say, the attractiveness of the scent. Especially if you're out and you're working and you got a little sweat going on, really, this works really well. When it comes to longevity and projection, I get a good 45 minutes to an hour projection from this, and then I will say its Achilles heel has got to be its longevity. I get 5 hours tops, and then it doesn't like turn into a skin scent. It's 5 hours, and then it's gone like a magic trick. So with this one, if you're going to wear it, I would suggest making sure that you have a decant of it, throw it in your pocket. As you're going throughout your day, when it comes time that you're noticing that your fragrance is really receded, refresh the top of this. Smells good. I will say the top isn't exactly the most favorite part of this fragrance for me. I really enjoy the mid and the dry down. But with all that being said, it's still an outstanding pickup for what it is. Last one I'm going to talk about is going to be Cadillac Limited Edition, and it's this gentleman right here. And this one is the groups of woody, aromatic, and the main accords are fresh, spicy, aromatic, woody, green, citrus, and balsamic. And I really like this fragrance. This fragrance was released back in 2009. I can't find a perfumer for this, but this one actually really appeals to me because... Okay, here we go. Top notes are bergamot, mint, and the mint notes are chamomile and orange blossom, and the base notes are cedar and lamdamen. And I think that the actual resins that are used in the bottom of this and the base is what really gives this a very, into my nose, kind of a powdery, warm sensation. I like this. I've been wearing this quite a bit, I would say, in the last couple of weeks, because I find myself really enjoying the warm, semi-sweet. Like, this has got a certain amount of sweetness, but it's not candy sweet. It's actually not really sweet at all when you compare it to like Invictus Aqua or something in those realms. But it's got a little bit of sweetness, so it makes it really nice. I actually, to be completely honest, I enjoy wearing this and then layering it with Coupe. The two together, to me, work wonderful. I'm a big fan of layering fragrances, especially if there's something like this where they're not super expensive. And if you got a big collection, why not be a little bit adventurous and see if there's something, if you put them together, that you really enjoy. This one, I get really good longevity out of. The projection on this isn't huge. I will say that for the first hour and a half, 2 hours, I get probably elbows projection, and then it kind of comes back in closer. This is a great date night fragrance. This is a great intimate fragrance. This is just really, really, really nice, especially for the price of it. Yeah, Cadillac hasn't came out with a new fragrance in going on, geez, 8 years now. So I don't think we'll see anything else from Cadillac as a fragrance for us to enjoy or pick at or make fun of. But these are the three that I have here. And I wanted to take the minute and kind of share them with you because nobody talks about them. And I think part of the reason is that they're getting really hard to find now. And Cadillac just isn't known for being a fragrance house, not like Ferrari or Mercedes or many of the other that actually produce some really decent quality fragrances. These ones here are something for the new nose that are out there. Like I said, if you are a young adult, if you're in your late teens, all the way up to my age. Like this one here, Cadillac Coupe, this works for everybody. Yeah, it has a certain amount of, class to it that is definitely readable when you smell it. It doesn't smell cheap. It smells very, very, smells like if a dude in a Cadillac, is the best way to put it. And I don't mean your old dude. This is not your grandpa's Cadillac. This is today's Cadillac. So with that being said, remember there's no bad time to smell good. These all three smell good. And do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.